It's finals day at the BNP Paribas Masters. The Palais Omnisport in Paris, the venue as the Masters 1000 series wraps up for 2013. All the top seeds have lived up to their billing this week, but now just two remain. Novak Djokovic has reached 4 consecutive finals on the ATP World Tour. A win for the 2009 champion would clinch back-to-back Masters titles and help his quest to regain the #1 ranking. Ferrer is returning to the home of his greatest triumph. The defending champion sent Rafael Nadal tumbling out of the tournament in the semi-finals and is in the sort of form that could make him the first man ever to defend his title here in Bercy. It's the final of the BNP Paribas Masters. A very good afternoon, everybody. Nick Lester alongside Chris Wilkinson here as we wind down the season. And as we were just saying, the last match on the regular stop on the ATP World Tour. Of course, London next week, but that includes a special invite. Much to look forward to for the next couple of hours, we certainly hope. It has been a wonderful week here in Bercy. We have been blessed with some of the best tennis I think we've seen all year. It was, for me, a personal highlight, certainly the Friday as we look at the champions. The past champions here, David Ferrer looking to defend here for the first time. It's never been done here. Chris, how are you today?
Good, excited, really looking forward to the encounter today. As you say, it's been a great week, and then was it brilliant getting the 8 guys who are playing in London next week all through to the quarterfinals. It shows the importance of this event, and it shows these guys are really up for it.
As we were saying, no man has ever been able to defend the Paris Masters title inside the Palais Omnisport. But that is what is on the line today for David Ferrer. I suspect a lot of people would have thought perhaps today they'd be looking forward to it, a Nadal-Djokovic blockbuster. But boy, did this boy have something to say about that yesterday. An absolutely breathtaking hour and a half's worth of tennis from Ferrer to beat Nadal fair and square yesterday. Nadal, was he off his game? Maybe a little bit, but I tell you what, it was all down to this guy, Chris.
Well, it certainly was. You could only play as well as your opponent lets you, and David Ferrer, for me, played one of the best matches I've seen him play. Was spot on with his tactics.
Novak Djokovic just behind him. You can see the trophy in the background. That's what we're playing for here. Lifted last year by a Spaniard. Get set. We're almost ready to go. What an unbelievable year this guy's had. So consistent at the majors. Really has been. Has been collecting wins left, right and centre and finishing the year, as always, with a bang. A 3rd final in a row for Ferrer. This guy can trump that by 1. A 4th final on the bounce for Novak Djokovic, who hasn't been beaten since the US Open final. Swept all before him in China in the Asian swing and has come to form nicely here in Europe as he looks to end the season on a high note, as he has done so regularly really in the past. Certainly was the case last year. 2011, of course, things tailed off for him somewhat after an astonishing year then. But really is playing some good tennis, is Novak Djokovic. And a very exciting final we have in store for you. Djokovic out here about a couple of hours or so ago, just before the doubles final. He was getting used to conditions, hitting a few balls with the team around, virtually no one inside the arena. Oh, this guy turned up this morning. And a very different scenario right now. Packed to capacity. We've had a show for about 20 minutes or so here, the light show that has been here all week. It's been part of the build-up, trying to build the ambience, the atmosphere, and they've done that nicely.
After the toss, we're going to do a photo both
and you
sides,
can't see who is currently doing his thing at the back of the court.
Good afternoon, Novak. After the toss, we're going to do photo each side, okay? Right, so gentlemen, same condition as the previous round. We have net machine, okay, TV changeovers, one reminder, 25 seconds between points from the first to the last point of the match. Okay? Any questions? No? David, heads, tails? Heads. Heads. Tails. Serve. Okay. Yeah. Have a good match.
What an atmosphere inside the Palais Omnisport. Doesn't get much better than this, I can tell you. It's the final of the BNP Paribas Masters. Ferrer and Đoković clashing for the last title, but one of the year. The routes through so far. Ferrer coming from a set down in the quarterfinals to beat Thomas Berdych. He'd also dropped a set against Lucas Rosol in his first match, but a 3-5 victory yesterday over Nadal. For me, one of the performances of the week so far. And Đoković against Federer yesterday. Also, Novak dropping a set and emerging in that third set. Federer, his game just seemed to fall away, didn't it, in the third? And Đoković went the other way. So, David Ferrer, 31 years of age, 20 singles titles. Slightly disappointing for him, Chris, I guess. Could have been a few more this year.
Yeah, could have been. Plenty of finals, and it's his third final in a row, actually. A couple of runners-up in Stockholm and Valencia, but you've got to admire the consistency of this guy. When you look at the Grand Slams in 2013, semis of the Aussie Open began on the air, and the real highlight was making the final here at the French Open, and quarters at Wimbledon, another quarters at the US Open. I mean, this guy really is a pillar of consistency, and yes, possibly could have added a few more titles, but he won't be disappointed with the year he's had.
Certainly won't. And you can see the Masters record this year, 13 wins, offset by those 7 defeats. And boys, he played well in the French capital. 19 of his last 21 matches he has won in Paris. Of course, that run he had to Roland Garros final. You've got to remember as well, going back last year when he made the Roland Garros semi-finals as well as winning here. He really has enjoyed playing on French soil. We mentioned the run through this week. Rosol troubled him in that first match for him, didn't he, Chris? Good fight against Berdych and peaking yesterday. Absolutely.
I mean, yesterday was the real highlight, taking down Nadal. I mean, not a lot of people gave him a lot of hope. Terrible head-to-head he had against Rafa, but for me, what he did well yesterday was just got the tactics right, exploited the backhand of Nadal and played an exceptional match. So it'd be interesting if he can implement some sort of game plan here against Đoković today.
39 singles titles for Đoković, comes in here on a 16-match win streak, as we were saying. This, a 26th Masters 1000 title, and he is bidding to win a 16th Masters crown. Of course, the only one that is missing from his CV in terms of the Masters is Cincinnati, as we look at the Emirates ATP rankings, number 2. He does still have an outside chance of finishing the year at number 1. It is slim. He is, we understand, going to have to go unbeaten all the way through here, but was unseated after Nadal's fabulous year in Beijing a few weeks ago. And impressed by him this week?
Certainly have, yeah. I mean, it hasn't always been plain sailing. Tough one against Isner early on, but what he's done well is he's been able to win some matches, even not playing at his best tennis. And as the matches have gone on, he started playing better. Struggled against Federer in the opening set, and I actually thought when he started against Federer yesterday, he was a bit tight, and I thought he was a little nervy, but found a way, got better and better. Good win against Wawrinka, really solid in that match against John Isner. It's just a case of trying to get the American serve back, and found a bit of time to get the rhythm, but eventually got through. So for me, it's been a good week, and as you alluded to, 16-match winning streak. It is pretty impressive.
Phenomenal year for Đoković again. Third year in a row that Novak has made 3 Grand Slam finals in itself. That is remarkable.
Well, and also quarterfinals or better at the last 18 Grand Slams that he's played. I mean, that's how consistent he actually is.
Now, the head-to-head is in favour of Đoković. You can see 15 meetings. To break that down a little bit more, though, Chris, it gets slightly more interesting.
Well, it does. I mean, when you look at indoor matches played, they've played twice, and Ferrer has won both the meetings. So, for me, that's an interesting one. That goes back to 2011, the World Tour Finals in London, and also the Masters Cup in China in 2007. And Đoković actually didn't win one set in those 2 matches. So, a bit of an indoor court advantage to Spaniard, perhaps.
Damien Demassoir, our chair umpire today. Yes, the asterisk that can perhaps go by that match that Chris was mentioning at the World Tour Finals. Of course, 2011, Đoković was rather burnt out towards the end of that season. He didn't really show up, to be fair, for the World Tour Finals. Didn't play well there at all. Didn't get through the group stages. So perhaps there were circumstances surrounding that one that allowed Ferrer the victory, of course, taking nothing away from Ferrer. Take us through the ins and outs today. What are we expecting here, Chris? How is Ferrer going to hurt Đoković? Đoković starts a strong favourite. What can he do to get in Djokovic's face?
Well, as we look at Ferrer's coach, Javier Pérez, they would have spoken about tactics, and I think a lot of what they've been talking about is copy and paste from the way he played yesterday. I mean, he was offensive, he was attacking the ball, used his forehand really well, but for me the standout when Ferrer played yesterday was the quality of his backhands, and he's got to be accurate with that today as we look at Ferrer's girlfriend. Serve yesterday was a good one, so that's another aspect that's got to be important. He's got to serve well against one of the best returners of all time, in my opinion.
Oh, he has. It's got better and better as Đoković is introduced to the crowd. He's looked fresh this week, Đoković. Hasn't looked as though he's had any ill effects of a long season, as his team are all here. Marian Vaida, long-term partnership he's had with his coach. Gerhard Filgrich is here as well, as is his physio. And there, of course, is his fiancée, Milena, courtside to support her other half.
Non, ma sœur, le panneau, tu peux me le rapprocher, me le reculer un peu, s'il te plaît?
It's been a truly brilliant week, and we hope this is the icing on the cake to round off our Masters 1000 coverage of 2013. Ferrer, can he do something that no one has ever done before inside the Palais Omnisport and defend the title he won here last year? We hope we get a good match. Nick Lester with Chris Wilkinson here in the commentary box.
Ready? Play.
Welcome to our party. This could be a long afternoon.
Not a bad point, was it? Incredible stuff, both trying to find the opening. What a forehand there from Đoković. So tough to break down is this man, Ferrer. So many balls in court. It's going to be interesting tactics from both, really, just to see who can outmaneuver the other player, create the opening.
Ferrer there, you can see just telling himself, just chose the wrong shot. I think the first thing to say as well is that is the sort of point that Ferrer was inflicting on Nadal yesterday. Barely at all yesterday did we see Ferrer in that sort of defensive position.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a case of trying to get in control of the point, and Ferrer being pushed back with each blow. And as a pattern of play I'd like to see Đoković use quite a bit today is when he's got his opponent out, look to move forwards.
Bit of a mixed bag at the net this week. Was outstanding in his match with Wawrinka, less so yesterday.
And the other aspect of Ferrer's game, which was really impressive yesterday, as we see the return, there was the return. He was getting it so deep and not allowing Nadal to dictate. More of the same needed today for the Spaniard, you feel.
Something you mentioned yesterday, Chris, in terms of second serve return points won. Ferrer's top of the lot this year. It's an enjoyable opening game here in Paris. And I think there could be a few lengthy exchanges in the next hour or so.
Yeah, that first point of the match was pretty impressive as we take a look at the latter stages of the shot making of that point. Both really manoeuvring each other around, trying to create the opening. Keep an eye on the distance run by both players. 74 meters from Đoković, 67 from Ferrer.
Good's the defence from the Spaniard right there. Initially, it was Đoković defending for all his worth. That changed the course of the point, you thought, but no.
Has struggled at times at the net this week, as Đoković, and against a player like Ferrer, you know you're going to have to hit the extra ball at the net.
th final of the year this that has been contested between two top 10 players. Yeah, this is the 6th of the Masters 1000s as well that's had an all top 10 affair. Indian Wells, Miami, Monte Carlo, Rome. Started off with a bang. And then Shanghai. Yeah, of course, she's been reminded that Shanghai was the only Masters 1000 of the year that didn't have a Spaniard in the final. That's Ferrer and Nadal's dominance this year. Numbers 1 and 3 in the world.
And in general, the Spanish players are pretty solid, aren't they? 14 in the top 100. Such depth that they've got.
Even one of the fastest men on tour can't trace that one down.
Yeah, the key is the position here that Đoković employs to make the drop shot moving forwards.
Đoković only lost serve 3 times this week.
What I just love from the back of the court, it's the way Đoković just spreads the play. Forehand there, but able to change direction with this backhand down the line. I mean, it's such a beautiful shot. Nice shoulder turn into the ball. Beautiful follow through, always on balance.
So the serve holds once more, and in the early stages of this final have been very promising. It's 2-1. not too often that players have been able to do the Bercy Roland Garros double in the same year. In fact, Ferrer just the seventh different player, should I say. As you see Zlatan Ibrahimovic there. He was out hitting a few balls yesterday with Novak, invited him out. And Ferrer, the seventh different player to reach the final at Roland Garros and here in Bercy in the same year. The others, Ferrer, the last man to do it in 2011, and Robin Soderling the year before. Zlatan led his team to a nice victory on Friday night. 4-0 victory in the league. A weekend off. Come out and watch a bit of tennis. Very nice. He's got a pretty big match coming up as Ibrahimovic, because his Swedish team played Portugal in a World Cup playoff match.
Very impressed with your football knowledge there, Nick.
Thank you.
Yeah, didn't really have much choice but to come in off the short one, did Ferrer. Didn't quite do enough with the approach.
That's a pattern of play that I think he plays almost as well as anyone. Chris, that off forehand where he gets so much space and the ball, the angle the ball goes off the court creates room for him.
Yeah, it does. It's not a shot that's hit with an awful lot of topspin, and it's on the indoor court. That's why I think he's done well in indoor courts recently, because it kind of shoots through. That was interesting in the press yesterday. Ferrer was saying how pleased he was with his forehand. It's always been a weapon, but lots of little subtleties that he's adding to it. As you say, that off forehand gets through the court a little bit better.
I'm glad he was pleased, because it was pretty good. If he wasn't pleased, then he's a hard man to please, because it couldn't have been much better yesterday, could it? 2 apiece.
Yeah, nicely done. What I like about it is that he chooses the right time to come forward. And if you look at some of the stats yesterday at the net, he won 14 out of 18 points. That's some decent stat, isn't it, which he can bring into today.
So half a chance for Ferrer, the first one really for either man. nice on the backhand from Đoković, because that was all it was that beat him. Ferrer did well to get on top of the ball off the second serve, but again a slightly uncharacteristic error.
Yeah, look at Đoković serving at break point in the tournament so far. On the Jew side, likes to slide out wide, doesn't he? At court, mixes it up a little bit more.
I think he's frustrated with his shot selection there, isn't he? Didn't really need to go down the line. Hadn't really opened up a lot of court space for him. It's tiring enough watching it, let alone playing it. Ferrer gets the break. Fabulous tennis from the Spaniard, and the defending champion has started brilliantly here. 3-2.
Some point, wasn't it? About the longest rally of the tournament on this show court so far. I mean, it was quite grueling. We've seen a few of these already in this opening set. But I love the variety from David Ferrer here, the change-up, the disguise. But what's more impressive is you've hit a number of balls, and it's that decision on the last shot to make the right decision. It's easy when you get tired maybe to make the wrong ones, but perfect execution there from the Spaniard, and his team thoroughly enjoying the way he started this match.
Mariana, how do you say please in Serbian?
Wow. 36-shot rally, the longest on this court of the tournament so far.
Time.
And if you thought, like we did yesterday, that Ferrer was going to get rolled over today, you have to think again. So, early break here for the defending champion.
Beautiful return. And so deep, and Ferrer so little time after the serve.
Đoković clearly trying to plot some sort of reply here, riposte. And yet again, it's Ferrer that is bossing the exchanges, Chris.
He's so solid, isn't he? On the back of the court is Ferrer so far.
14.
Better length there from Đoković. He's set a high standard for himself, but he really is living up to it at the moment.
Another great point. In every shot in this rally, Đoković was just off balance. You know, Ferrer dictating really from behind the serve, eventually being able to get it away, but there's plenty of height and spin in that particular forehand. Well, one of the rare exchanges where we've seen Ferrer actually give him a short ball. A lot of heavy breathing going on there from Đoković. Some brutal exchanges early on here.
Just to get it by Ferrer. And again, it's a very worn look on the face of the world number 2. Ferrer has challenged this one, but it's smack bang on the line, inside the line, in fact. Break back point for Đoković. Not too many players in recent times have been able to beat Nadal and Đoković back to back. In fact, we'd like to know who the last one was. Tweet us your answers. Who was the last player on tour to beat Nadal and Đoković back to back? Tweet us your answers at Nick Lester or at Chris Wilkes 12. Tough one, that. Big vamos straight down the other end because Ferrer comes through a long game to extend the advantage.
Barely giving any freebies away is a Spaniard today, just so solid from the back of the court. Like the margins as well, good height, playing within the lines. And there's Đoković, who looks extremely uncomfortable out here today. Đoković is struggling early on here with that first serve percentage. It's down at 41%.
Oh, he's even having hit another volley there. The everywhere man is proving to be just that today.
Well, even though Ferrer lost this point, it always sends a message, though, doesn't it, to your opponent, how tough you are, the fact you're prepared to run everything down. A little about you, Nick, but just get the impression that Đoković is trying to finish the point too early now. Maybe he's thinking, I mean, these long rallies are not getting any reward, so let's go for it after a few shots, perhaps.
And the way he's looking right now, and of course looks can be deceiving with this guy. I've been there before with Đoković. Could do with a few more quick points.
She called it out and I overcalled, but I'm not 100% sure. No, I called overcalled. She called out and I overcalled also out.
You said out?
Yes.
There's a bit of confusion as to who was calling what there, but after all that.
Unusual miss there from Ferrer, and shows how well he wants to do that return. He's having a go at himself, always wanting to do better. Great attitude.
So Đoković comes through a long game and reduces the gap. Brutal opening. 32 minutes for the first 7 games. So I asked you about 5 minutes ago, the last player to beat Nadal and Djokovic back-to-back in a tournament, and quite a few of you have been in touch, and I can tell you the answer is the man there. 2011, Roger Federer. The year Federer did it was 2010. And it was the Barclays ATP World Tour finals. He beat Djokovic in the semis and Nadal in the final. That was the last time any man had beaten them back-to-back, and well done to quite a few of you got in touch. Rozaki got it right, so did Henry Corrali, well done. And also to Ilya Lekovic, good effort.
Yeah, I like the way that Ferrer's mixing that serve up. Obviously playing against the better turner in the game, you've got to keep him guessing. So if you the serves that Ferrer's hitting, he's going nicely into the body. And it's a deceptive serve because it's got the biggest serve in the men's game, but it's the way he uses it with the direction, the change up, the accuracy, which then enables his second ball to be so much more destructive.
Oh, beautiful rally, and again how hard Djokovic is having to work mentally and physically just to get the ball by this guy.
Yeah, the forehand there is the key shot to open up the court. So important when you're playing these sort of matches, which is from the back of the court, to use the width, try and create some angle.
So just the first double fault of the match from Ferrer, and it's an untimely one. Extremely close. Just long.
Must be such a blessing and a relief for Ferrer when he can get a cheap point off the serve, not having to play another shot in the rally.
Well, there's pretty much 3 in a row from break point down, and he'll breathe a nice sigh of relief, take some air in, and regroup. Model of consistency, 8 quarter-finals in a row or better at majors for Ferrer. Top draw consistency, that is.
Difference it makes when you make those first serves.
Much better game, a bit of relief that for Đoković. And not in keeping with the set so far. That's a very swift hold of serve, and the pressure right back on Ferrer to serve out this first set.
Well, so far, up to this point, Ferrer's done really well behind his serve, and one of the reasons why he hasn't been broken yet in this opening set, for me, is the quality of the serving. Not necessarily the big serve, but with him, it's all about placement. And look at the ad side, that number of serves down the centre near the line. But on the juice side, I like those blue balls, a second serve that are going into the body as well. So really good mixture against a good returner.
How long can he keep playing at this level, Ferrer? That's the question. Was able to maintain it really for almost 3 full sets so far.
Well, the mentality changes, doesn't it, when you're serving for the set? Suddenly getting a little tighter, doesn't come as easy, the arm gets heavier. And that's the one shot he did so well against Nadal, the backhand down the line. Beautiful placement.
Brilliant from Đoković, who's just in the last couple of games starting to win a few more of these baseline rallies.
Very impressive the way he defended his backhand corner, and one chance on the forehand, was able to accelerate the pace.
And you just got the feeling in that last couple of points that Đoković is just starting to read the play a bit more, isn't he? Feeling much more comfortable out here, and he breaks back.
Yeah, absolutely. It's still more comfortable on the ball, reading the game. On that particular forehand, to ever get inside the court a little more.
Now we need a response from Ferrer here. Can he maintain it? 5 apiece. Of the last 11 points going the way of the serve. Well, 8 first serves in a row for Đoković, into a good rhythm behind his serve. And he's into a good rhythm, full stop. Ferrer now has the pressure firmly on his shoulders at 6-5.
6 games to 4.
See that last point. Seemed to be just starting to pick up the ground strokes of Ferrer a little more, get into the patterns that Ferrer was playing at him and reading it a little better. And this was the break point with the forehand up the line that he got to get himself back in the set. As he so often does at a change of ends, Đoković sitting with his eyes closed for a little while, trying to keep his focus very much on the job at hand. As he weathered a storm that Ferrer threw at him in the first half an hour here. You feel he may have done, Chris?
Yeah, I feel it's totally changed now, the momentum of this match, and I feel a lot of that's to do with what Đoković has done, keeping the points a little shorter, more aggressive from the back.
Perfect placement. Seems to have added a little bit more height to his groundies, doesn't he, Đoković, as well, and managed in turn getting the ball deeper and pushing Ferrer off balance now.
Yeah, just being more aggressive, and look at the winners now in the match. Đoković is 18 and Ferrer is 7. And the majority of those have come with aggressive play in the latter stages of this opening set.
Oh, he's missed it. Shouldn't really have been allowed to hit a volley, but he read it well. Huge moments for Ferrer right now, if he's to stay in this first set. Amazing how a tennis match can change, isn't it? Hasn't taken much. But for 3/4 of this set, David Ferrer was the man on top. Not anymore. 2 set points for Đoković. He's done it. Đoković breaks twice at the end of the set and is on course to win here in Paris for a second time. He takes the first set over David Ferrer, 7-5.
Amazing turnaround. I mean, got to hand it to Đoković, just solved the problems out there. And for me, it really came from 2 things. It was the aggression from the back of the court, and that's pretty much evident when you look at the winners between the 2 players. Đoković now 18, whereas Ferrer 7. Beginning of the match, it was different. Ferrer was pretty much in control of a lot of the points. Also, the serve from Đoković has improved early on, about 40%, up to 60. And also, look at Ferrer on his second serve, only 29% points won. So, shows Đoković being more aggressive, serving well, returning well. So, the world number 2 really has got his A game back.
A Mexican wave doing the rounds inside the Palais Omnisport. This is a country that loves its tennis. Over 1 million players they have in this country alone. And the crowds here this week have been enormous. They really have. And an energy and an intensity that is really built up inside this stadium, and it's hard to match. Can Ferrer respond, having dropped the opening set?
I guess that's the way forward for Ferrer now, isn't it? Just try and get in control of the points a little more often.
So just a little bit of danger here at the start of the second set. Got very hard, got on a really good tear at the end of the first, but there's a chance for Ferrer, perhaps. I mean, talk about suddenly just the intensity dropping a fraction. Not a lot, but out of nowhere really here. We've got 3 break points. Well, I have to confess, didn't see that coming. Đoković hands the initiative at the start of the second, straight back to Ferrer.
Yeah, it's interesting when you compare how Ferrer is playing to his semi-finals. Much more aggressive in that match against Nadal. 26% of the shots being played inside the baseline, holding his baseline much better, but today only 8%, so he's being pushed back a little more. So the key really now for the Spaniard is just try and play a little more aggressive, look to get forwards. And it's a great example on the first point there of the second set where he did come forwards, and that's pretty much the game plan he now needs to implement, just be more aggressive and take the baseline away from Đoković.
As you mentioned earlier in the week, no man on tour this year has won more matches having dropped the opening set than Ferrer. A little bit heavy-handed with the volley, and was Ferrer, and they'll be disappointed. I thought Đoković actually might make him pay a little more here, because that was in for him, but that volley was not pretty particularly.
Yeah, similar to the patterns in the opening set, the early exchanges where Ferrer just grinding Đoković down from the back of the court.
Oh, how good was the defensive backhand cross-court, because the one down the line was just the finishing touches, but it was the angle he got that changed the course of the rally.
And we did so well yesterday off the backhand side, able to defend and change the defense into the attack. So accurate from this backhand side, little drop of the wrist there. Ferrer, you feel now as the player who's having to work harder to get any inroads in these points now.
8th unforced error off his forehand side from Đoković in this match. That's how good the volley's got to be, because when Ferrer hits that backhand, there's only one way he's going, and that's diagonally forwards.
Yeah, nice to see Đoković sneak into the net here. Good hands, just putting the racket under the ball.
Gilles Simon was talking the other day about the intensity that you have to keep against Ferrer the whole time. You have to match him in that department. The difficulties of doing that at times. In many ways, you feel like when he plays a lot of lower-ranked players, Ferrer, who don't quite have what he has, he's a breakup before he starts. Know how good his record is against the players outside the top 4. That's brilliant tennis from the Spanish #2.
You think Đoković does well here, making him play the extra ball, but didn't panic, just took his time. Good coverage at the net.
Mr. Ferrer, showing the call on the right center Swiss line. The ball was out.
Well, it's long. So it's Ferrer, as he did in the opening set, who opens up an advantage early in the start of the second. Ferrer trying to defeat 3 top 10 players in a row in the Emirates ATP rankings. Last time he did that was in Rome 2010. Oh, breathtaking rally once again. Shades of the first few games in that point. One man pulling the other all over the court. Brilliant.
And his points got everything. Đoković does so well to get that one back in. They never give up, these guys. Every point, every shot matters. Yeah, that was a shot sort of saying, look, I don't want to play another long rally. Pretty high numbers at the average rally length on serve. I just wondered that long rally a couple of points ago took a little bit out of Đoković. He's taken his time, and second serve there didn't really have any pop on it. And Ferrer sensed that, was straight after it.
Vamos firmly directed towards the serve. What a response this has been. Did we expect anything else from Ferrer? Foolish to have done so. Can you believe it? Ferrer, I think he almost did it twice. He swatted it the first time and then just couldn't find it, and it caught the frame. Agonising.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Lovely approach, wasn't it? Knifing it deep. Unfortunately, the let cord hanging up, and it's one of those just couldn't quite get away.
Painful. Still has a break point though.
You've got to admire that topspin serve. So much work on it. It really does open up the court.
Ferrer at the end of that rally, bickering in the direction of his camp. Can't believe the injustice he feels that he just suffered on that first break point. And that's a chance missed for Ferrer, but if he just looks up at the scoreboard, well, certainly a sign for where he is at the start of the second, because he's got a break here and leads 2-1.
On n'a pas de serviette avec des glaçons dedans. I'm gonna ask, they're gonna prepare some. Carlos. Time.
Just asked for an ice towel, actually, as Đoković. When this place is full, it gets pretty toasty in here.
Carlos.
It's been a while since we last had an ice towel in play on an indoor court, though. That's how overheated Đoković is right now. A little hot under the collar. Breakdown in the second. Talk about this guy's forehand a lot, don't we? But I think the backhand has improved so much over the years.
That certainly has. In particular, the backhand down the line. His usual pattern of play is to just keep going cross court, but he's just added that down the line shot. So quick onto the ball is Ferrer. Always prepared to chase every ball down. I mean, when you look at players, I think as a sports person or certainly a tennis player, the main thing you want to achieve as a player also is to maximise your potential and to maximise everything you've got. And you have to say, David Ferrer is one of those players who gets everything out of what he's got in his game.
Too good from Đoković. He's pinning Ferrer with a couple of nasty forehands.
When we talk about backhands down the line, by far the best in the game is this one. Look at the preparation, racket back, loosens the wrist under the ball to give a little bit of spin. Lovely poise while hitting the shot.
Game from Đoković, who stays in touch here, and this story of the first set is really panning out in a similar way at the start of the second. It's Ferrer with the advantage.
Three go away. David, we have ice towels in case, if you need. Yeah, don't need.
Just a handful of kilometres away from Roland Garros, of course, the scene of well, disappointments for both men this year. I say disappointments, of course, because or relative. Đoković more so, probably. And the heartbreak of his 5-set defeat in the semi-finals here in this city. Ferrer was a career highlight, so there weren't too many disappointments for the Spaniard. 6 months down the line, a lot of water under the bridge since then. And this final here in Bercy, very finely poised. Beautiful skill. I guess Ferrer did really well with the low volley here. This was a very difficult volley. You can see here, ankles on the ankles, just digs it out, gets a nice length. Đoković taking all the pace off. It's made it. And Đoković, you can see, disappointed because the drop shot was a poor one.
Yeah, and also paying the price for going cross-court with this approach. Back down the line surely would have been a better option, straight into the forehand of Ferrer.
Been a few yards run so far. Ferrer just fractionally ahead in that department. Just over 2,000 meters. Defending his second serve much better than he was in the first here, Ferrer. Former tournament director in the black there, Cedric Pierlin. You must have had a few battles with Pierlin, Chris, didn't you?
Yeah, played him a couple of times. former US Open finalist, wasn't he?
Battering around of a forehand from Đoković on the stretch there. It's been a shot that maybe hasn't been quite as effective at times this year than it was when he was playing his very best.
Shot through, didn't it? Lovely length from Ferrer. It's getting off the line.
Well, I only hope these guys have got something left for next week as they continue to knock bells out of one another. Another exhausting rally.
Points 1 over 10. Đoković just edging ahead there, 17-13.
That's a lot, isn't it? 30 in total. It's been a bruising hour and 25. It's a little reminiscent, really, of as Đoković starts to lose the plot of the Miami final. Some of the length of rallies we're having. No real surprise. As the crowd here will always let you know there are feelings. And getting on Djokovic's back for that.
Good mental game that for Ferrer, really toughed it out. Đoković just got a little frustrated there, missing some routine shots.
I thought he was sucker for a lob there. He was so close to the net. Surely that was the wrong shot selection.
Yeah, but also from Djokovic's point of view, learned his lesson from previous encounters forward, getting it to the backhand side.
A few too many unforced errors from Đoković in the last couple of games. Again, that last backhand smacked a little bit of impatience.
It's interesting, some of the returns from Ferrer. He's being able to move inside and take on the second serve, and by doing that, it's sort of sent a message to Đoković and just put him under pressure on the second, hence the double fault. Quite a risky second serve, wasn't it? A little tight.
Well done. This really is an intense battle. And Đoković reduces the gap yet again, playing catch-up though for the whole set.
Clinical tennis here from Đoković, and the last point, able to change direction with the backhand. And then I like the way with the forehand, little movement forwards inside the court. Racket back, plenty of time to play the shot, and a little bit of brushing work there to go over the highest part of the net, so plenty of height needed. But it's a controlled aggression, it's always the key.
So 1 hour and 32 minutes so far of high quality stuff, really has been. And Ferrer's hopes of defending his title here still alive. Did much of the good work in the first set before failing to finish it. Can he put that right here? You run out of superlatives for his ability to defend, his ability to maneuver away around the court and just stay in a point.
And the ability just to keep frustrating your opponent, putting balls where you don't want to hit them.
Mr. Đoković is taking the ball on the right baseline. The ball starts.
So a call overturned and will reboot.
15.
Just 192 Ks, but Đoković clearly didn't see it coming. Rare you see him look so awkward off a return.
A bit of a dip in the play here from Đoković, and Ferrer just continues to keep that intensity up.
Yeah, poor returning game that from Đoković, and you don't say that too often. A rueful smile. And Ferrer, as he was in the opening set, the game away.
Remember that Ferrer led in the opening set 5-3, so it's taken a similar path, but will it have a similar outcome?
Tried that serve in a couple of times today, isn't he? Just when you sort of feel as though he's down in the score, he goes for that surprise serve. I mean, doesn't have a lot of pace, but does get some really good width on it. Good job, Đoković was alive to that. Having hit the beautiful angle, he covered the court, which helped him a lot.
Yeah, that was the key here, was which area of the court to cover. You got your opponent out wide. Just moved across to his backhand side to cut out the corners there. But didn't commit too forwards. That was another important factor.
Down to 14 again.
quite do it. Now, can he get the better of Đoković here? He failed to serve out the first. What's he going to do in the second? Deja vu. Well, he refused the ice towel earlier on. Now he's decided to go with it, just to keep himself cool. What's he got to do different here, Chris? Having failed to serve out the first. What's his mindset right now?
Well, where he's been good so far in the second set, just being positive. He's winning a higher percentage of his second serves as well in the second set, which has been a key. So just got to keep the mind set in that sort of positive way. Always important for me is the first point. Get the first point under your belt, get a bit of breathing space. Wouldn't be surprised if he uses the wide serve here on the first point, as he's done before. Quite a lot of mistakes in the last few games for Đoković. I kind of describe them as a mental error. 11 of them coming from the backhand side, which is normally his favourite shot.
Oh. Lucky there's no lasting damage.
There it is, it's the magic combo. The wide serve and then the forehand into space, easy thereafter.
Yeah, you said it. 2 points away. Or would you believe that? Ferrer is doing his best to encourage his charge. Surely he's not going to drop serve again. Break point for the serve. It's wide, and the defence of Đoković wins out. And Ferrer, Penny, for your thoughts.
Been here before, haven't we? This is repeat performance of the opening set. In that particular game, it was that 30-15 point that Ferrer had where he played that loose forehand. In fact, there are 3 mistakes in that game from the Spaniard, which you wouldn't normally associate with him. Cost him dearly, but all credit to Đoković. Hang in there long enough, make your opponent play the extra ball, and you find a way. Would you call it the tension? Is it that situation where these mistakes are starting to come into the game?
Can only be that, can't it? It can only be. A few scars there. And you remember yesterday when he was broken against Nadal, he broke straight back again, didn't he? Went on a real tear once he did get the break back at the end of the first to Đoković. His powers of recovery are really needed right now for Ferrer. His ability to block out the past. Because Novak Djokovic is a game away from victory. And a second title here in Bercy. A set now and 6-5.
Ah ma sœur, tu lui proposes la serviette, s'il te plaît, qu'elle est dans le frigo. Ouais, montre-lui. Merci.
Well, we haven't seen a 3-set final here since 2009. Djokovic was involved in that one when he beat Gael Monfils 7-6 in the third that year. Thought we might have a 3-setter on the cards about 5 minutes ago, but a sudden change of direction yet again. Ferrer serving to stay in this final. Beautiful point from Đoković. Beautiful sneak in.
Worked the point so well there to get the opportunity to come forward. 13 of the last 16 points going the Serbs' way. What a time to peak.
The ball was for in.
An untimely wobble, and Đoković may pounce. Quite unbelievable, really. It's an identical pattern from what we saw in the first set. That trophy is very nearly in the hands of Novak Đoković. It's championship point. Championship point number 2. Novak Đoković is the Paris champion for the second time in his career. He wins a 17th match in a row, a 3rd tournament in a row, and a 2nd Masters 1000 title of the season. Đoković wins in straight sets. The defending champion misses out. 7-5, 7-5.
Incredible effort from Đoković. Ferrer played a good match. It was the strangest thing, wasn't it, towards the end of each set? It just seemed to run out of steam. It was like a footballer having 2 penalties in each half and not scoring. It was, you know, he's playing some incredible tennis. Very similar to the way he played against Nadal, but this man, Đoković, seemed to up his level when it mattered most and was really solid towards the end, whereas Ferrer started to just make too many unforced errors when it mattered.
And of course, you'd spot the obvious mistake in my commentary, because it was the 3rd Masters 1000, or 2nd.
Of course.
Regardless, a kiss for the fiancé. Delight for all his team, and also he keeps alive his chances of ending the year at number 1. A lot depends on how Rafael Nadal goes next week, but he still has a chance. And given the year that Nadal has had, that's incredible, and a racket for a young man, that's nice. That's Zlatan Ibrahimovic's son, we are reliably informed. deserved champion, Chris.
Yeah, it's like any champion, you find a way. At times wasn't playing as great tennis, but and also seemed a bit out of sorts because of the quality of his opponent, but he hung in there, defended well enough, and was able to turn it around when you sort of least expected it. It was a really topsy-turvy sort of match.
The crowd have just seen what he's written on the screen. Heartbreak for him in Paris in May. In June, in fact, early June. And not to be here. Let's have a look at some of the numbers, Chris.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, for me, it's very similar in unforced error count there. It's all about the winners. I mean, you look at Đoković there, 34, Ferrer just 15, but it was when those winners were coming towards the end, he was more aggressive, and the unforced errors from Ferrer definitely crept up as each set developed. So disappointment for Ferrer, but Đoković was the more aggressor when it mattered, and that pretty much made the difference. It was also interesting that Ferrer's second serve stat started improving as well. That's why it's such a shame he couldn't quite get over that second set hurdle and take it into a decider. But some quality tennis on display by both.
Well, end of another fabulous week of tennis here in Paris as we await the ceremonies. Got to feel a little bit for David Ferrer. Suffering right at the end of both sets. So that is, as you can see, a 16th Masters 1000 career title, now just one behind Andre Agassi's total of 17. And as I said, a third Masters 1000 title of the year. Monte Carlo, of course, Shanghai. And here, Rafa Nadal way out in front with his extraordinary year. Federer at 21. Maybe a couple more in Federer, you would have thought, especially the way he's played this week, Chris. Could well add to his total.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Federer will take a lot of confidence and belief into next week, and most importantly now for him into 2014. Get rid of the injuries, and then he can start performing again. But certainly Djokovic is closing the gap with all those top three players, and also 17 matches in a row that Djokovic has now won since the US Open.
Amazing, really. What a run it has been. Andy Murray absent. He's on 9 But just how strong this era is. Look at that, 3 of the top 4 just collecting one after another and dominating the Masters 1000 series. Jean Gachassin will be the first to enter the stage for the draw ceremony. President of the French Tennis Federation is Jean. Guy Forget, tournament director, held a press conference earlier on. Damien Dumassois, chair umpire, receiving something for his efforts today. He'll head to London. It's one of the 4 umpires for the Barclays ATP World Tour Finals.
Finaliste du BNP Paribas Masters 2013, celui qui l'avait emporté l'année dernière, l'Espagnol David Ferrer.
Close but no cigar this year for Ferrer. What might have been served for both sets, that still just ends up on the losing side. And still here in Bercy, we do not have a champion that has been able to go on and defend a year later. And mighty close though. And the number 3 player in the world has enjoyed one of the best years of his career.
Vainqueur du BNP Paribas Masters 2013. Il obtient son 40e titre aujourd'hui, le 16e en Masters 1000, le Serbe Novak Đoković.
Your 2013 champion of the BNP Paribas Masters, Novak Đoković. He wins in Paris for a second time.
Un petit mot avec les 2 joueurs, on va commencer avec David Ferrer.
Well, first of all, I would like to say congratulations to Nole for your title and also your team. You deserve this title.
Je voudrais féliciter Nole, vraiment bravo à toi et à ton équipe et tu mérites ce titre.
Thanks a lot, the support, all the people this week. For me, Paris is very special.
Merci pour le soutien toute cette semaine. Paris est spécial pour moi.
I did my first final of a Grand Slam here in Roland Garros. Last year I won in Paris-Bercy and this week I did final again. So thanks a lot. This is for you. Thanks.
C'est spécial. J'ai fait ma première finale en Grand Chelem ici à Roland Garros cette année. Remporté mon premier titre en Masters 1000 ici même et encore en finale aujourd'hui.
Also, all the sponsors, all the organizations, the good facilities, ball kits, everybody to work on the tournament. Thanks a lot, and of course the president of the Federation Tennis. You like a lot of tennis and I enjoy with your passion. So thanks to come here.
Je voudrais remercier les partenaires qui sont venus, toutes les personnes dans l'organisation qui font que nous sommes bien accueillis, les ramasseurs de balles, tout le monde. Merci, merci à vous, merci aussi au président avec la passion qu'il a pour le tennis.
Guy Forget, thanks for everything, director of tournament, and for finally my team, Javier Piles, Albert Molina, Rafael, and my girlfriend Marta. Thanks a lot for your support every day. I know sometimes I am not easy, but thanks. Thank you very much.
Merci à Guy, merci à mon équipe, merci à tous. Je sais que tous les jours c'est pas facile, mais merci beaucoup.
And nothing else. I will try to come back next year. I will try to do my best to be one final again. Thanks a lot.
Je reviendrai avec plaisir pour essayer d'encore le faire.
Trying his best is something he does pretty well.
David,
for the most part, for a brilliant week.
This is not the end of the season for you. C'est pas encore la fin de la saison. There is the Masters to come. You know that the program Tuesday is the same as yesterday. Tu sais que le programme de mardi au Masters c'est le même que hier en demi-finale. You won against Rafa. You still okay? Tu vas toujours bien?
Well, now I'm a little bit tired. I run a lot.
Je suis un peu fatigué aujourd'hui.
But I am okay. Well, now I would like to rest, to be with my team, and tomorrow I will go to London and nothing else. No, I will be focused for to do a great tournament.
Oui, effectivement. Donc, je vais récupérer, être avec mon équipe et demain nous irons à Londres pour vraiment retrouver un grand tournoi. Merci beaucoup. Muchas gracias y suerte para todos. Merci à toi. Non, va.
Bonjour, première félicitations à David et son team pour encore une semaine très bonne. C'est tous les jours le plaisir de jouer avec toi et je sais qu'aujourd'hui je vais avoir le bonheur.
Just congratulating David for his team and a great week.
Important, très important.
Always a pleasure to play you.
C'était très difficile pour tous les deux joueurs. Tu mérites tous les succès que tu as.
And wishes him all the success for the future and for next week.
Sorry about my French, I'm trying to work.
Pardon pour mon français. J'espère que tu comprends.
It's a very bad level of French, so I'm Ok, maintenant, sûrement je dois remercier tous les publics parce que sans moi,
Thank you to the public in here for their support.
Sans vous, ce tournoi et cette semaine n'est pas possible. Encore le directeur du tournoi, le président et tous les volontaires, tous les ball kids, tous les personnes qui ont fait les contributions à l'organisation de ce tournoi. J'ai beaucoup avec mon team l'appréciation pour Bercy, pour France, pour tennis,
he and his team have a lot of
tradition in ce pays.
Appreciation for the amount of work that goes in and the people that work here at Bercy and this tournament.
Il y a eu des moments forts dans ta carrière, un 16e Masters 1000, qu'est-ce que ça représente pour toi?
Oui, j'ai beaucoup de motivation parce que j'ai un grand team avec moi et j'ai prouvé de faire un grand effort de travailler tous les jours pour
So he makes a big effort to work every day, still very motivated to play. Each season that comes along.
Je suis plein de joie de gagner ici cette semaine. Je vais continuer, j'espère comme ça.
Alors, il y a un rêve que tu avais depuis que tu étais enfant, c'est d'être numéro 1 mondial. Tu étais devenu numéro 1 mondial en juillet 2011. Et là, il y a encore une chance pour la fin de l'année pour retrouver la place de numéro 1 mondial. Non, mais il reste le Masters et la finale de la Coupe Davis.
A dream of being the world number 1, which you've achieved, and asking him what it would mean to get it back.
Mais dépend seulement pas de moi, dépend de comment Rafa joue, mais pour moi, plus important, la priorité pour concentrer sur mon jeu et continuer à jouer comme ça, parce que
depends how Rafa plays, of course, next week.
We'll
have to keep playing like that.
De confiance et on va voir demain qu'est-ce qui s'est passé à Londres.
Est-ce que tu as le temps, c'est une question extra-tennis, de regarder du football de temps en temps?
Pardon.
Oui, parce que c'est lourd, tu as raison. Il est très lourd, c'est vrai. On reste comme ça entre nous.
Has he got any time to look at any football? He looks exhausted.
Oui, très lourd. Est-ce que tu as le temps de regarder du football? Tu as vu des matchs de Zlatan Ibrahimović
Oui.
Qui est ton supporter premier?
Merci Zlatan pour venir avec toutes les familles. Son soutien définitivement est très important pour moi.
Ibrahimović for coming for his support and his family.
Et je peux dire après hier quand nous jouons au tennis, tu as un grand talent, potentiel de commencer à jouer au tennis. C'est pas tard pour toi.
We played yesterday and he said he's very talented.
Si tu veux, tu sais très bon de football, mais à tennis, tu sais très bon.
Il a une marge de progression.
But tennis.
Merci.
Merci.
Merci Novak, merci beaucoup. Novak Đoković.
Better help. Đoković,
David Ferrer.
a champion, and doing his best. Speaks about 7 languages, and the French. Clearly a work in progress, but a very bright man, as we always say. So, all to play for next week in London. First time since 2009 that the year-end #1 ranking is up for grabs in the final tournament of the year. As we said, it's a little bit... it's in Rafa's hands. But, of course, Rafa starts against Ferrer on Tuesday. So we'll see how the week unfolds. Reflections on the week here, Chris?
It's been a great week. I mean, really from day one to today, there's been some incredible tennis. So delighted to see the 8 guys who are playing next week in London all through to the quarterfinals. Some great stories with Ferrer coming back, looking sharp again. Some amazing points we've seen today and yesterday in the semi-finals. I mean, David Ferrer, the way he talks there, he's just so sincere, isn't he? And genuine in everything he says. And, you know, Đoković really is a good role model for the sport. And yes, it's been another one of those weeks you look back and think that men's tennis is sitting in a good place right now.
No doubt about it. I think my highlight was that Friday. I mean, just to have all 8 qualifiers for London here on Friday was something else. Some lineup that was. Crowds have been fabulous here this week as well. Must give a shout out to them because they have turned out in droves here this week. Full houses pretty much every single evening to come and support the best tennis players in the world. This place is going to get a facelift soon because the builders are going to come in here, get to work, and they're going to reopen this place next year for this event only before they shut it down again. And finish the work that they have started. Always seems to end the year strong, with the exception of 2011. This guy seems to just have that little bit more reserve of energy as he finishes the year in style. Such a good indoor player as well, as we know. Enjoys the slightly quicker conditions. Would you put him a favourite next week?
I would, yeah. I mean, 17 matches in a row since US Open. Just goes to show what sort of form he's on and how confident he is. And on the back of this, he's going to go into London feeling pretty good about himself. So he's got a day to recover tomorrow and be good to go on Tuesday. But I would absolutely favourite for me.
No room for manoeuvre in there, is there? As always, utterly dominated by the top echelons of the game. Those big 4, big 3. Well, of course, Nadal winning in Indian Wells on that incredible comeback on hard courts. No one gave him a shout to win there. And he did meet Del Potro in the final. Murray Ferrer final in Miami was incredible. Djokovic stole Nadal's mantle in Monte Carlo. That was an incredible final as well. Madrid, Rafa won there, and then in Rome, and then of course, as we know, at the French Open. And then he did the double in North America. Montreal, Cincy, Djokovic winning in Shanghai, and now Paris completed as well. And a remarkable end to the season, all set for in London next week. It's been a great week here in Bercy. My thanks to everybody working so hard, as always, behind the scenes. A lot of hard work goes on to bring you the very best coverage on the ATP World Tour. My thanks to Robbie Koenig and to Chris Wilkinson for his insights. From me, Nick Lester, here in Bercy, we'll say goodbye. It has been some week here in Paris. Survives here in Bercy.
4, 3, 2, 1.
He has pulled that from absolutely nowhere.
magnificent. Novak Đoković at his very best.
The youngster gave the serve a lot to think about out here.
Oh, you've got to be joking.
That is unbelievable.
Incredibly, the 8 qualifiers for the ATP World Tour Finals are also the quarterfinalists in Bercy. The best players on the planet are right here in Paris.
Novak Đoković, quite remarkable.
It's carving him up at the moment with bodies and drop shots and backhand slices. The quality of play from the goal was just so good. There was absolutely nothing that Gasquet could do. Oh, relentless is the walking Red Bull that is David Ferrer.
Novak Đoković makes the final here in Bercy.